Welcome to 3 Minute Fridays, the YouTube short series where I answer your burning questions about moving to and living in South Italy. Today's question is there much of a difference climate-wise, particularly in the winter, between Tuscany and Sicily? Well, my answer is have a look at these clips. This is the weather for this week in Florence, in Tuscany, and also in Palermo in Sicily. So you can see there is a difference in temperature. Now, I would say to you that if you like to have distinct seasons, then you probably would prefer it more in the north of Italy compared to Sicily, because here in Sicily, it doesn't feel like we have distinct seasons. We have a long summer, we have what feels like a late summer, we have maybe 1 month, 2 months of winter, and then we arrive into spring for about a month or so, and then it's summer again. So we kind of skip the season of autumn altogether. It's really, really strange. And, like considering we are 2 weeks away from Christmas, it's still pretty mild. The leaves on some trees are only just starting to change colour, which is wild because you'd expect that in October or November time in the UK. So it's really, really strange in that sense. And so if you prefer to have milder winters, I think you would like it here in Sicily, but please bear in mind it does depend where in Sicily you are. If you choose to live in a really remote village at quite a high altitude, it does get blimming freezing in the winter, and often those places experience snow. However, if you live in the main cities, then generally speaking it's milder. It can get chilly in January. I would say January probably feels like the real winter month here in Sicily, and typically between January and March, it's the so-called rainy season. That's when you can expect a lot more wet weather. But predominantly living here in Sicily, it is blue skies and sunshine, which is incredible on one hand. But if you are used to having a distinct change in season, it can be difficult to get used to, believe it or not. So I think it all depends on personal preference. But certainly, I think the more north you go, the colder the winters are, especially. So it's definitely something to consider if you're planning to move to Italy.